This is Eddie Cologne, EC Details, and welcome back to another episode. Spring is around the corner, and in this video, we're gonna walk you through how to wash, clay, and seal your vehicle in under an hour, including tires. We'll see if it's possible. Let's roll. What is a wash, clay, and seal, and why do we do it? Wash, clay, and seal is a process of deep cleaning your paint to get into like an exfoliation stage. You do that with a decontamination towel here. And what this does, it takes all the grit, all the contamination on the glass, paint, all that. And what that allows you to do, it's kind of like getting your face ready for, when you cleanse your face, to put on something. So it allows you to put your protection on. Protection on is bonding to paint and not just the contamination of paint, causing you to get the most longevity of your paint. When should you do a wash, clean, seal? For me, I do it every like 6 months. 5 to 6 months, and I do it just to take all the grit, grime, and all that stuff out of the car. And I want to walk you through how we're going to do it today in under 1 hour. So, number one, you'll need a clay towel. Why a clay towel versus a clay bar? I have a lot of clay bars, but clay bars can induce marring because when you're doing a clay bar, you're actually pushing and rubbing. You're like, no, you're not. I said, you have to put some type of pressure for it not to fall out of your hand, and it usually induces marring. I only do that if I intend to polish that section. I don't ever use a clay bar for this step. I use a clay mitt, a clay towel, because the clay towel allows you, imagine this, to fold in forwards, and then your pressure points are, evened out. And then for the products we're gonna use in this video, and in your wash, clay, and seal, I still always do the rims, so don't cheat out on that. We're gonna use mild deep products today. I'm gonna show you how to do this. You're like, why this versus other brands? I just want to show you this brand because this brand is super unique in the way it does things, and I'll walk you through the whys. Use whatever you like. I'm going to show you how to do it with Mild Deep. Mild Deep is a brand out of the UK. We're going to use their citrus pre-wash release. The cool thing about this product is you can actually use it several ways. I have it diluted in the IK electric sprayer 4-to-1. I'm going to use that for my rims and tires. Now, when you're doing rims and tires, you don't have to take 20 minutes a tire, guys. You just get in there, get it clean, right? Get it clean, get it ready for a tire dress. And we're gonna pair that up with purple today. And we're gonna do the rims and tires with these two. Now the citrus can be diluted as a pre-treat. Now what a pre-treat means is your car has a lot of road film and things of that nature. You'll dilute that in a regular spray bottle or an IK spray bottle, 1-to-4, 1-to-1, 1-to-10, depending on the condition of your car. You pre-treat the whole car, you let it sit, and then we're gonna get to this stage and we're gonna use their snow foam here. And this is a snow foam. Now the difference between a snow foam and their shampoo is a couple things. A shampoo in the UK is generally used as a bucket shampoo. It's made for lubricity. It's made to clean. It's a pH neutral solution typically. In the US, I'm so used to using a regular shampoo just to foam on. In the UK, they do things different. So they use snow foams that go on top of the citrus. You let that sit for about 5 minutes. You dilute this 1-to-5, 1-to-10, 1-to-20, depending on the condition of your car. And this is Mild Deep Snow. And then we'll come in with a contact wash with their cleanse. And it's about 256-to-1 or 250-to-1 in the bucket. And this is just a lubricious soap to do the contact wash. So in the bucket itself, we're gonna use cleanse with the DIY towel. And this towel we're gonna have in there. So when we do our contact wash, we'll come back in, because where I live, I don't get a lot of fallout. We're gonna do our clay steps. So that's a wash, clay. Now, Eddie, why don't you use like a sealant and do it that way? I've really been digging this sealant from Mild Deep here, and it's called Shield. So after I do the wash, clay step, we're gonna go in, we're gonna foam on Shield. You do this 4-to-1. You let it sit on the car for as long as you can. Be careful using this outside. You can use it outside, just if it gets real hot, you wanna keep it wet, spray it off, do not let it dry. But Shield is an SiO2 foam sealant. It goes on the car, spray it off, and all I have to do is dry. That's it. It's as simple as that. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you some demonstrations of how to clean the tire with this process. Again, you can do this under 45 minutes following these steps. Let's roll. All right, so we have the tire here. You can see it's dirty. You can see the inside of the rim is dirty. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take purple, and I'm just gonna demonstrate, and I'm gonna spray purple right on it, and you can see I just put it in the wheelbarrow, let that sit for a bit, and I'll let that work. I like the consistency of purple here, and I'll show you when you zoom in how purple reacts to the wheel and how it has degreasing properties. It doesn't smell as gnarly as some do. And then what I'm gonna do is take citrus in my IK sprayer, and I am gonna spray and foam that on. I'm gonna foam that on here because we're gonna clean that as we go as well. And again, I let that sit, and you can see how the inside of the barrel is getting dirty. I have a wheel bucket here, and I'm gonna start cleaning it. Now, this does not have to take long. You do not want to take forever. Just in the process of this is just getting it clean. And you can see all of that purple coming out. And purple and mild deep citrus just hits different, man. Put that in my wheel bucket. In my wheel bucket, I'm just using Cleanse as a shampoo for the rim and tire. You'll need a couple brushes, and that's it to get the job done here. I always grab this, and I come in, and I'll hit this section of the car here with this brush here. And what that does is it just gets it clean. So when I spray it off, I'm good to go. And then for the wheel faces, I don't like to take a lot of time for the wheel faces because my car is coated. But when you do, just make sure to get the wheels here. And just grab that. Then grab your brush. And this is as simple as taking care of your car. You don't have to take 30 minutes per wheel. I think it's a waste of time. And Citrus does a great job breaking down all the grime, all the dirt. And then you're just gonna spray it off. That's it. Literally, we did a wheel. We got it clean. We took all the brake dust, and you can see all the brake dust coming out. And you spray that on there. That's it. So we did a whole wheel and tires and the arches. We did the arches as well on this. Less than 2 minutes. Now, let's get rolling. I'm gonna finish the rest of the wheels. I'll be back, and then we'll foam the car on. Finished doing the tires and rims. It took about 10 minutes. We're gonna use my IK spray. I have citrus. I have release on here, diluted 4:1. I'm gonna go in, play this clip of me spraying the car, and that's step one. All I'm doing is using that to pre-treat the roof, pre-treat the bottom, get all the dirt, grime, road film off, and then we're gonna foam it on. Pre-treat is done. Again, you can use anything you want. You can use a sprayer, and you can spray it on by hand. You can use IK sprayer. It doesn't matter. Just get the pre-treat on. And again, you're using that to break up the grit, grime, and all that. So when you get into the contact wash and the clean part, all that stuff is out. What I have here is snow, mild deep snow, diluted 10:1 in a quiver foam kitting. I am going now spray on top of citrus. And what that does is the snow foam with the citrus on top just sits there and dwells as long as possible. So when I spray off, it's going to tone that down, because you can see how thick that is. I'm going to tone that down to add a lot more water, and I'm going to foam that on. Now, while we're waiting, you can see here, and I'll play some clips of how I got it foamed on, how it looks on the truck, how it's cleaning. You want this to sit for 5 minutes. The longer it sits, the more effective the two cleaners themselves will be. And then what you want to do is get yourself ready for the next step, right? Efficiency. This is how you get to that 45-minute mark. You get yourself cleansed. Cleanse, you want to put in the bucket. 2 56:1, 80:1 if it's super soiled. So I'm going to put this in the bucket right now. The scent of Cleanse, it's a nice luxury scent for Cleanse. I really like it. And then we're going to put our decontamination towel in the bucket with whatever wash mitt you want. I would be using a wash for this video. And then we're going to come back and we're going to spray this off together. And this is the rinse off. You could see super easy to rinse off. So here's where we're at. I rinsed off the car, and here's what we finished so far. We did the tires and rims, check. Literally took, I would say, no more than 10 minutes for all 4 rims. And that is cleaning it for me. It looks real good, and you saw the video. I pre-treated the whole car with citrus. I snow foam and I let it wait for 5 minutes, 15 minutes. We're now at 15 minutes. So rinsing it off was another 3 to 4 minutes. Now we're at the stage that we're going to do our contact wash and we're going to do our clay treatment at the same time. I learned this trick from Miranda Detailing, and I'm going to show you on this panel here. What we do is, and here's what you do. It's just a good contact wash. Oh man, this soap is super slick, okay? You do not need to refoam a car when you're doing this because the snow foam and the actual pre-treat did all the work. You see how I did this part? I'm confident enough that with the cleaning we did, that we are good to go. So take your wash mitt, put it in force. Take your decontamination towel, put it in force. Make sure it's in the soapy solution and just go easy over the spot you just contact washed. And you just get that to break through and make sure you hit everything. In this step, you want to make sure you take care of everything. So make sure when you're doing your wash process and you go top to bottom, you do good strokes back and forth, not to introduce marring. You take the same clay towel and the glass should always be clayed. It makes for a better glass cleaning experience. It doesn't take long. Make sure you get the roof, come in, and then we're gonna finish the car right now. And this is how I would wash clay. All right, literally took like 15, 20 minutes to do the rest of the car. Why did it take so long? I forgot one tool. Make sure you get a mitt on a stick for the roof. Make sure you get the roof too. Don't do your job halfway. You know what I'm saying? So now we're gonna rinse the soap off. I wanna show you this because this is nuts. Still on here, the spray off, super simple to rinse off, leaves no residue. Somebody asked is, Eddie, if you have a sealant that's sprayable, why not just dry the car and put a sealant on there? You see the extra step? I have to dry the car, then I have to spray the sealant on again, then I have to dry it off. What I like about Shield is I'm gonna foam this on, okay? I'm gonna foam that on. I'm gonna let it sit, spray it off, and dry the car once. And what Shield does is the foam's gonna sit there on the panel. Since it's clay now, I know it's gonna bond. There's a lot of dead spots on the back of the truck here. Some on the roof is all dead. And this is gonna rejuvenate all that, right? It lasts about 3 to 6 months, depending on your condition, a little longer. And it's got a nice water behavior and sheeting. So this is why I choose to do this route instead of going in and having to dry the car, put a sealant on. But you're like, Eddie, you could have done that with the step when you washed it. For me, doing the Phil Miranda way saves me a lot of time. There's another way. You can use Infinity straight on the paint or other sealants that are water activated. You get the same results. Quick beads, beads from Armor Detail Supply. Shield for me, it just hits different. So I'm gonna put Shield on this. I'm gonna show you how to foam it. I have it diluted 4 to 1 here. You don't need that much. You could dilute it less. I'm just following the instructions because I want to get the longest longevity out of this. The smell is intoxicating. Told you at this step we're going to do the rims, so just make sure you foam the rims. That way you get protection on rims. It works on all plastic, windows, glass, chrome, all the surfaces. You foam it on, let it sit. It stays there, gives you a nice consistency, but you do not want to let it dry. So I'm going to finish the rest of it, show you the end result. That's it. You just foam it on, let it sit. I don't have to touch it. I just have to spray it off. That's the joy of this product, Shield, and that's why you could get a lot of time back by just foaming it on, let it sit. There's other products, again, that you could use, but this one, I've had it on the car here that Jamie and it did, and the hydrophobics are insane. So I'm gonna spray this off. I'm gonna show you how the spray off is so you get a vibe of that. We're done. We're done with the wash, clean, seal. All you have to do is dry at this moment. Literally took me about 35 minutes. I was filming, moving the camera around. I didn't take any time off for that, but it shouldn't take you a long time. You're at the drying step now. The car is protected. All you have to do is dry it. You're like, Eddie, but man, doesn't towels induce marring? It depends on how you dry. If you are anal about that or want more slickness, you can grab yourself a detail spray, Stay Strong, this, whatever your favorite detail spray is. Spray a couple sprays on your towel, and then just dry. And we're done. Shield is slick enough that I'm not even worried about the paint, and with the goat being so absorbent, it's grabbing everything in one go. We finished. Wash, clay, and seal. I'm telling you, if I didn't have the camera and wasn't doing this, it would literally took me like 35, 40 minutes max. I'm gonna play some clips of the truck. I was able to dry it, clean it up, and that's me cleaning the tires, rims, drying it off. And then sometimes you're gonna get some spots. So you ever get the spots on the car that come from the actual handle and things of that nature, take yourself the drying aid or some type of spray sealant just to touch those up. You don't need to do a topper to dry it, just to touch the areas up to deliver to your customer, just to have your shine looking right. With that said, I hope you like this kind of content. Spring is here. This is a good way to get your car ready for the summer. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, and leave your comments down below on what's your favorite process on how to do a wash, clay, seal. I'm out.